My name is Rui Moreira. I'm mayor of the city of Porto, so I'm supposed to work for their citizens. Comfortable and interesting. That's what we have to dream about. A city that can provide its senior citizens with comfort, but still be interesting. And the younger citizens with a city which is vibrant and interesting, but is still comfortable. And of course, you can only achieve these two things if the city is sustainable. And sustainability is not only environmental, it has to do with social sustainability, which is more and more the concern of cities. Because traditionally, we seem to be unable to keep the balance between the wealthier and the poorer people and the poorer citizens, who somehow have been in most cities at least. They have been expelled to the outskirts of the city, to the outer rings of the city, as if the city doesn't belong to them. And I think that's what we have to work on. First of all, we talk a lot about mobility. The cities have been doing a great effort in order to become cleaner. We have cleaner electricity. In my city, 75% of the electricity is clean energy. But we still spend a lot on mobility. And mobility means a lot of effort, means a lot of energy. We have to find out a way for people to have to move less, to have less time traveling from work to their homes. So we have to look at the public planning in a way that people can live nearer to where they work, where the kids can be nearer to schools, where things are more accessible, where we don't have high concentrations of offices, that we don't have high concentrations of housing in another place for the middle class, and the outskirts for poor people. I think that's what we have to do, to rebuild a sort of system where in every tile of the city you can find everything you need. We have to reduce mobility in the bigger cities, otherwise we won't be successful. I don't think, of course we can build undergrounds and we can have bikes and we can have a lot of things, but I think we just spend too much time traveling, and that takes a lot of time away from what we should be doing. We should be enjoying life, we should be being with our kids, we should be looking at culture, we should be entertaining ourselves, not sitting on a bus or on a bike, traveling too far. At the moment, our main target after culture was, during my first term, the main target. Of course, we will continue it, but we do not have to expand it anymore. The main thing is exactly, we are looking at sustainability, social sustainability. We are looking at small areas which I think will have a lot of impact. We are very worried about the homeless, for instance. We are working on the program for the homeless. We don't have that many, but even if we don't have that many, it's one thing it's one of our main concerns. It is very interesting to listen and to exchange experiences. Some of the cities, and I don't want to talk about mine because I don't want to judge what we are doing, but it is very important to have trendsetters, cities that are able to show their experience, and through showing their good experience, maybe to influence others. And that's maybe how we will have this trend setting will change the sustainability on the planet. I think it's very important that we listen, that we share experiences. First of all, we don't get a bag with a lot of papers. That's starting with that. It was incredible. I just got a small badge and that was all I got. Normally you go to conferences and we are talking about climate change, we are talking about the environment, and they give us brochures. I didn't get any, so fantastic, amazing. It's a small thing, but the world is made of small things. It's not made of big things. I think the question of urban planning for the future is one thing we should be looking again into. Things like vertical gardens, things like the city being a greenhouse. That's what I would like to talk about, and I would like to hear more about it. There are lots of interesting urban developers talking about that, and I think if we are going to live in cities, and actually cities have done an effort to become more sustainable, we need the next step. how can we really start having our forests inside the cities, in vertical forests, for instance. I think that's one of the areas we should be looking into.